Ooh, okay, something weird going on here, guys. My phone's here, so I grabbed it. I just sat on the couch, tried to do a video for you guys, ended up deleting everything I recorded 3 times over. Just feeling out of sorts. Been wandering around the house for 2 days now going, what's going on? It's like we're living in the Twilight Zone. I don't even want to get into it. I don't want to do a video on it. But I just don't even feel like going out and doing an adventure, doing a video on anything like that. So I just decided I'm just going to do office work. And then I sat down in my chair here at the computer. And guys, it's like a wall of cold air right here. I have heated floors and they're on right now. I never feel cold sitting here. The computer pumps out so much hot air because of that graphics card. And I'm telling you, there's a wall of cold air. I've got goosebumps so bad right now. I'm not sure what's going on. Kind of weird. By the time I got the speaker turned on, connected to the second phone here, I'm not feeling the cold air. I'm still getting the shiver down the back of my neck, but who's here? I feel you, cold air. Super unusual to feel that. Oh, the floors are actually on. That little flame symbol right there means floors are heating, and it's 70 degrees in here. I don't feel this coldness around me right here, just sitting over here at the desk. Weird. I don't know. Alright, I'm going to shut this off if you don't have a message for me. Late afternoon, back in the swamp. Sun is about an hour and a half away from going down. Gets dark here now before 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So last night I was the only one at the house. My wife and daughter were away at a volleyball tournament, and I heard tapping all night long, different areas of the room, coming from this side, coming from this side. I didn't even bother to get up to record it, guys. I was so tired. It's there. It's there all the time. Grant and I were talking about this. You come back into the woods here, and he said he doesn't want to come here because he doesn't want to mess with what's here. And the feeling that I get, what I'm trying to say to him is, it's not just here. I don't think this presence, this entity, is confined to any singular space. Is it one entity? Is it more than one entity? I don't know. But what I will tell you is that whenever we go into the deep woods, the deepest parts where nobody else goes, like during hunting season, that's when we travel down these old logging roads and we go to places that nobody goes all year long. Or in this case, back across the first open water when it freezes and we go back in there in the winter. We're going to places that humans aren't usually around. That's when we start having these weird things happen. whistles, knocks, that feeling of terror, the heaviness. Is it the same entity in all of these places? I don't think so. I think whatever is there resides in places where humans don't. Can somebody tell me or confirm the following stat? I was doing a look at populations, and the other day this stat came up. 800 and some thousand Americans disappear every year. We're talking disappearances that are unsolved. 800 and some thousand. That seems crazy to me. I mean, I live in a town of 52,000. The population hasn't changed here in 40 years, right? It's actually gone down 2,000. That's the only change. And you would have to take 17 of those cities that I live in, and it's a big city, guys. It stretches out over 15 kilometers. You would have to take 17 of those cities to hit the numbers that they're talking about. People disappearing. What is going on? I don't know. Is it these entities in the woods? Is it alien abductions? Is it government programs? I don't know. I'm not a huge conspiracy guy. I mean, there are things that happen that we can't believe that happen that do. Like, you just think it's so far-fetched. I mean, that stuff is happening. Conspiracy theorists are here for a reason, because these things do happen. But if that, in fact, is the correct number, 800 and some thousand people disappearing every year from just the United States, that is mind-boggling. What are you digging at? If you watch any of these other channels, guys going out into the woods, investigating this stuff, whether it's paranormal, whether it's Bigfoot, whether it's haunted woods, whatever the case may be, they're all finding the same things. Now, yes, okay, you have to keep in mind a couple of things here, guys. Some of these channels are out to entertain you, and here comes a helicopter. You start talking about government conspiracies, and then a helicopter appears. Coincidence? Let's see if I can get eyes on this thing. It's still quite a ways off in the distance, but we'll see if it's military. Oh, super hard to tell. I honestly can't say if that was military or not, guys. It was just a silhouette as it went by the sun there. What I'm trying to say is that no matter where people go, they're getting these same pieces of evidence, okay? Whether it's audio, whether it's voices that we can't explain on electronic devices, and on some channels, things moving and stuff like that. I've never seen anything move, guys, with my own two eyes. Like I said before, if I did, I think I would be out, right? If stuff started moving around, and I say that, but now I did see that actually at my dad's one time. There was a magnet stuck on the fridge, and he had told me that something moved on the table. He said, I saw... My dad's a messy guy, so he would have keys and papers and all kinds of stuff on his kitchen table, right? It would be covered in stuff. And he said, I saw something move. I think it was a box of shells. We were going to go hunting. And he said that box moved or something. And as we were standing there talking, a magnet popped off the fridge, bounced onto a stack of water bottles that he had, and landed on the table as if to say, yeah, we're here. Pay attention. And this is the kind of stuff that I am paying attention to more of this stuff as it happens. I think it's around us all of the time. And this is what Diggany was telling me. Our new friend that I interviewed. If you haven't watched that, she interacts with these things all the time. Now, she says it's Bigfoot. Is it Bigfoot? I don't know. Grant and I were talking about this morning. And Logical Gary keeps saying, no, this is not Bigfoot. All the paranormal stuff that happens back here, I keep telling you guys that, I don't think it's Bigfoot. I don't have a clue, guys. If we stop and analyze it, Grant and I had a really good conversation, and he pointed out, I can't say that because I don't know. Bigfoot could be something that's ethereal, from another dimension. That's not physical. I don't know that I believe it's the whole alien connection. I mean, there are people who believe that. I don't know. I have such a hard time thinking that it's anything more than an animal trying to exist out here, but I know there's other stuff that happens. Tying the two together is where I have a problem. So you have to excuse me that I'm not going to just, jump out there. I had some people saying in one of the last videos that no matter how many times they tell me their stories and incidents and things that have happened, I'm not a believer. Well, you can't hold that against me. And she said I'm not taking constructive criticism. Well, that's not constructive criticism. That's my opinion. And I'm out here trying to find proof and evidence to change my own opinion. That means that I am an open-minded person. Most people aren't. So I'm at least out here gathering all of the evidence, and I show you guys everything, whether I agree with it or not. If I get a whistle or a voice out of thin air, 3 years ago I would have been like, okay, that's mind-blowingly crazy. I still think it is. I don't hide it, suppress, or deny that it happened. I share it with you guys. We don't fake anything on this channel, so it is what it is. I think that helicopter's coming back. Gary's going to be number 856,924 on the list. I guess this video won't get uploaded if that's the case. If they drop a net on me and we got this kook, he's out in the woods and he's talking about stuff he shouldn't be talking about. No, it just, it did a big circle, went deep into the swamp there, and then it came out. I can't actually see it this time. It's farther away from me. I guess what I'm trying to say in this video, guys, is that this energy, whatever this is, it is everywhere. And Digny was telling me this as well. She told me that there are not a few Bigfoot, and this is what she's calling these experiences that she has, these things that she deals with. She says they're Bigfoot. She says there are not a few Bigfoot. There are lots. Like, they're everywhere. I don't know if she means hundreds, if she means more than that. I don't know. But she was, emphatic that, no, it's not just a Bigfoot. There are lots of them, and they are everywhere. And I think she is saying what I'm saying, but she's just calling it a different thing. I think these forest spirits, I don't know, these energies are everywhere. And they're more prevalent and show themselves more when a couple of things happen. When you're receptive to it, when you're looking for it, because I think they do communicate all the time, and our logical, science, human brains just brush these things off. Oh, a stick just snapped beside my head, and you look and there's nothing there to snap it, and you go, it was the time for that stick to break or that branch to fall. But really, I'm beginning to see and understand that no, something made that branch snap and fall. And that's just one example, guys. There's the knocking, the whistling, all these other things. I forgot I wanted to bring my pumpkins back here that the kids carved and leave them for the deer to eat. We'll have to do that another day. I forgot about them. Oh, hey, there's something I forgot about. There is our camera hidey trap that we made a few years ago. We had stuck a trail camera in there. I forgot about that. We should take this log and reuse that. Oh, it's pretty rotten now. I think these things feed off of energy. And so a couple of things happen. When you notice that these things are going on around you and you're paying attention, your sixth sense builds up. You start feeling fear, fright, emotion, right? Whatever it is, excitement. And, oh, there's a shiver. First shiver of the swamp walk. Oh, yeah, right down the shoulders. When you acknowledge this and you sense that and you feel it and you start paying attention and your emotion, your energy goes up, they feed on that. I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. And then more things start happening. It compounds and it reaches a fever pitch. And that's when we get a whistle. That's when we get these other things that happen. Funny enough, in the last video, guys, we found a chunk of quartz in the gifting log. And I have to say, people were saying, oh, they gifted you quartz. No, they stole my quartz. That was my quartz out of the garden. I got that from the old mica mine that Stan and I went and detected, and we did a video there, and there was a mound of quartz 2 stories high, and we filled a pack sack with this stuff. We brought it home. I gave some to my mom for her garden. I put some in my own garden, and I am 99.99999% sure that quartz came out of my garden. I know, I'm 100% sure that was mine. So now, and people said it was weird that I came to the conclusion that the fox could have grabbed that and put it back in the gifting log. No. What happened before was we had something go missing more than once out of the gifting log. I set up a trail camera and we caught foxes playing and taking the items out of the gifting log. So Gary's logical mind says if they could take items out of there, maybe they would put items back in there. You know, they're curious. They like to play with things. I know that. We've got that on film. So maybe they took something out of my garden and they put it back where there was, you know, my scent from me walking along, touching the log, looking in there, and maybe my scent is in the garden. Maybe they associated the 2 areas as mine. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. We do not know that it was a fox, just logical Gary trying to come up with an answer. And one of you astute viewers also pointed out the fact that we were hearing spring peepers, tree frogs. After we've had frost, I said we shouldn't be hearing that. I go back to the garden and the little frog ceramic thing that I have there in the garden was moved. And somebody pointed it out. I did not put those 2 together. So did something move that to say, yeah, you're hearing frogs, and now we're showing you this frog is moved. These are the type of coincidences that when I'm paying attention, you know. So I guess it's not just that you have to pay attention. You have to notice these things, right? You have not just acknowledge it. You have to actually notice that it's going on in the first place. And in another video that I just made for you guys yesterday, which is not up yet, which will be on the main channel, Gerald and I went for a walk up the escarpment. I've done a couple walks up there in the last week and a half, and I found another feather, but this one was stuck in a tree. There was a bit of a Y in a birch tree. I believe it was a birch tree, and there was a feather stuck in there. Now I had Gerald with me, and okay, yes, there's hiking trails up there. Could somebody have picked this up and stuck it in there? Possibly, but all I can say, guys, is I found it. Was it meant for me to find? Put there by something knowing I was going to go down that particular trail? I don't know. But I did find another feather. If anything's out here with us today, if you'd like to whistle, I would love to hear it. Where are you going? I guess we're going up there? Alright, I'm following Gage today, so general direction only, guys. If I followed everywhere that Gage went, I'd walk 15 miles. Can't keep up with this guy. He's running circles around me. Climb this mountain here. Get up on top. Ooh, that sun's bright. Feels good though. It's actually cold today. I feel underdressed. Fall is here. All right, we're gonna check the gifting log while we're back here. I don't know how many more winters this log is going to survive. It's pretty rotten. You can see right here it's broken. like ready to fall over. If I put any weight on that, I'm sure it would just snap. I don't want to do that. Empty. I was really hoping there was going to be a feather in there. I'll ask you guys once again. I'd like a feather. I'm not picky what kind. So if you'd be nice enough to gather up 1 or 2 feathers and put them in here for me, I'll exchange them for you guys. I'll give you something good. What's good? I would say food, something to eat. But then, you know, all the other critters that are out here, we've discussed that before. I can't put anything out here in the woods, guys. It disappears within hours. Even things like desserts. I've put out the little angel cakes with strawberries and things in them, thinking, geez, I don't know. I was thinking squirrels. Well, we had a fisher came and ate that stuff. I think there was pineapple in it. He friggin' loved it. This is the time of year when the activity starts dying off. We do capture things all year long, but fall is our busy time, so that's why I'm out here walking this afternoon. I find that later in the day, 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and in the fall, that is our most active time to capture whistles and knocks and strangeness. A lot of people seem to think they're experts when they leave comments on the channel and they tell us, you know, we need to call Bigfoot this, and this is what they do, and this is how they act. And we've talked about it before, guys. There are no experts. But what I will tell you is that after 400 videos of being out here in the woods, walking and looking for strangeness and trying to capture it, I will say that there are things that line up, like I just told you, the time of day, later in the afternoon. You know, being on these big granite rock fields, that seems to affect strangeness as well. It makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up. My sixth sense kicks in certain areas. These are things we can't deny. It has happened repeatedly, hundreds of times over the course of this video series, right? And when that starts to happen, you say, you know, there's something to that. Other people are finding the same things, right? And I'm sure, and I'm not saying that it's just us. I am sure all humans possess these abilities. If I took one of you guys who's a city slicker, never been in the woods in their life, and I brought you out here, well, you'd probably feel scared the whole time because it's a different world if you're not used to it out here. But there would be places, and this is what I'm trying to do. I want to get Grant out here. He hasn't walked to the far back box, and I keep inviting him week after week after week. Come on out here. I want to show you this. I want to get your take on it. I want to film him without him knowing. He doesn't even watch this series, guys. And I just want to get his reactions when he says, "Ooh, I sense something. I feel something." You know, is it in the places that I do? He's just not cooperative. I don't know why that is. You know, he's just like that sometimes. He knows this is real. Look at the research he does on his channel as well. I mean, it's all paranormal stuff. But to actually get him to come out here and do a water session when we're getting disembodied voices on electronics, I've said, you need to come now. I'm getting lots of activity. And, you know, the last 3 weeks, I have asked him each week, come meet me. I asked him today, come to town. We'll watch the hockey game tonight. We'll go out this afternoon. We'll do this. Nope, didn't want to come. So I don't know what else to do, guys. We'll keep asking him, but that's what I intend to do when I get him out here, is not just go for a walk. I intend to watch him like I watch Gage to see his reactions in different places along the trail. That's a good science experiment. And lastly, to end this video, guys, I want you all to give me a big thumbs up. Leave a comment below, because I was very good. I did not mention my disappointment in the last U.S. election. I feel terrible for you guys, I do. We're not going to go there, though, because apparently half of you support this nut. Gage took off running, and I came around the corner. I was like, what are you whining about? And then I realized he's got the red squirrel cornered up there. That's okay, buddy. I'm going to bring him in the house. Come on, you're coming in. You leave Larry alone. Get in here. You're welcome. Go back to the bird feeder. Fill up. Were you going to eat Larry? That's not nice, buddy. Oh, you just wanted to play with Larry? Okay.